back here at the University of Toledo Medical Center this evening. We have Dr. Paul Rega with us, and we're going to talk about something that parents might not want to think about. But as the kids are headed back to school, head lice is a possibility, something they might encounter. What kind of things should they watch out for, and what kind of things should they do if they think their child has it?
Well, if they see their child scratching their head more than usual, it would be worthwhile taking a look at that and seeing if they see little things like little nits or little larvae or little eggs that are at the base of the hair scalp, and that would show evidence that that's probably lice. No big deal. There are no major health problems associated with that as far as head lice are concerned. This needs to be treated. There's no social stigma. It's not related to dirt. It's not related to uncleanliness. It's not related to being unhealthy. It just happens. It's a contact, basically a contact sport between one head and another head. So somebody who has lice and touches heads with another person, sleeps with that person, they can get it. Right. Rarely does it occur, with using common clothes or scarves or hats. Okay. That's not as common. Okay. But there's treatment for that. Okay, and the treatment basically can be over-the-counter treatment. Or it can be prescribed therapy through your healthcare professional. Okay. So if you have somebody who, if you think you have that, then my recommendation is essentially either go to your healthcare provider or even go to the pharmacist, okay? Because they know this stuff and they have over-the-counter medication, just to make sure that they don't, that they do it for the right person in the right age group and the right medication.
Yeah, but parents, I think, might be a little bit worried because I think you talked about that there is not a stigma, but I think people still think there is that stigma to it. That my child was doing something they weren't, I don't give them the proper bath, anything like that. But your advice to people is that's not actually the case, so they shouldn't be afraid to talk about it or to address the issue.
Oh, sure. I mean, there are worse things to be stigmatized about, not head lice.
Yeah. So when we tell the kids are going back to school, there is a possibility that if one kid has it, is there a possibility it could spread to other children?
Oh, sure, because kids will play with each other, and they'll roughhouse and all that sort of stuff, and then that'll happen. So you'll have that kind of cross-contamination. This is where most of those head lice infestations occur, usually in the school age, in the school age group. But there is treatment for it, and essentially it's really benign for the most part, therapy. But still, depending on the age, depending on the environment, you want to consult with some healthcare professional, a pharmacist, a physician, a PA, somebody of that sort, and say, this is does my kid have this? They confirm it. If they confirm it, then they'll say, this is the kind of medication that I think you should get, relatively cheap if you get over the counter. Only in rare instances where you might have to go and get prescribed therapy.
So do I want to check my child when they start to itch, or should I just constantly be checking them if there's even the slightest possibility?
I wouldn't do it every hour on the hour, but
okay.
But I mean, it wouldn't be a bad idea that when you brushing your hair, you see something that's that looks different. To get that checked out. Don't wait for the child to become symptomatic. Okay.
Now, if I spot it, if I'm brushing their hair in the morning, I spot it, don't send them to school.
Well, there's a thing about that. I mean, your school policies will vary, right. But for the most part, schools do not want to have infested children coming into class. I can't blame you. So I would, if you see that, you worry about that. You may want to call the school. They may have the school nurse there. The school nurse might say, well, bring the child in. I'll take a look and I'll see if he can come to class or not come to class, because it may be something totally different.
All right, Dr. Paul Rega, we thank you very much from the University of Toledo Medical Center. That's your talk back.